Metro Mayhem. That is what we'll go. We're alive. You know, legit, like flying with your face into the camera is actually very hard. And the chance of death is pretty, it's all inverted. It's like Impulse and Skiz with their stupid inverted mouse. Stupid. Anyway, enough of my aerial inadequacies for today. Hey, little buddy, how's it going? Today is about Metro Mayhem. This is Impulse's game that it's like his season-long project. He's got the Cyberpunk City and the major game inside there. Well, let's go take a little spin. You guys know what's going on over here. Crazy Cyberpunk town. Impulse and B-Dubs are building this. B-Dubs just actually added he added this building, I think, right here. This little back alleyway kind of thing, a little garage. I love this area, looking so good. But Metro Mayhem starts here. It's in like an underground, like kind of speed run parkour game. For those of you that watch like MCC, it's kind of like Ace Race or something like that. Anyways, you guys know the drill. Impulse, last episode, he showed us what we're doing here. It's like a little tribute area down here. Let's see, this is Pearl's tribute to season 9, which may or may not have a little bit too much decked out in it. And then there's season 8, which his name is Mumbo Jumbo. I have no idea, but gets pretty rough to deal with. I gotta say, I'm gonna stay out of range of that. And then we are back to season 7. That's me. So what I have been tasked with doing, what I have volunteered to do, is build a tribute to season 7 with a little kind of parkour-ish action in there. Not too much, you know. It's not really meant to be like a tough parkour thing. It's more about the homage to season 7. So we've got between that block and that block and those blocks up there. And if all goes well, we should have a pretty good representation of some of the key moments, some of the key builds of season 7. So the first thing we're gonna do is pick up all of our biddies that we have been collecting for this build, like a billion gazillion niner things. By the way, if today goes well, we should be heading over yonder to the gaming district, because there's a lot of things I want to do to Hungry Hermits. Listen, I'm not gonna call it season 2, but I mean, it might be season 2. Got a lot of little upgrades to the game that I want to make. The game is still very popular. Green just got really into it. Cubby is really into it. A lot of new players are kind of getting excited about it, which is pretty cool. So I gotta do some rebalancing things and some tweaks. So it may happen. Kadonk, 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 kadonk. All right, so let's be perfectly clear here. Season 7 was a very popular season. Some might say the best season we've ever had. And trying to do an homage to that kind of quality is going to be difficult. There's a lot of things that really should be in here, and I gotta be honest with you, there's a lot of things that I just couldn't figure out how to put them in here. So there are for sure things that absolutely should be in here that are iconic to season 7 that just didn't make the cut, either because I didn't know how to miniaturize them enough to get in here, or I just didn't have a place for them. So cut me a little slack if you could. Oh, and season 7 is a 7 that I'm kind of proud of. There's a few things in there that I did pretty well, so there may be a disproportionate amount of things related to me, starting with the thing that, I mean, to me, when I think of season 7, I don't know about you, but I think of Toon Towers. Toon Towers holds a very special space in my heart. It's not the most beautiful build ever, but I think it's one of the most creative ones that Hermitcraft has ever seen. It's just got a lot of character, and it's very unique. A lot of really cool integrated farms with the Iron Golem farm, the Creeper Splat Cannon, the Slime farm. We got Doofenshmirtz Tower in the back. There's just a whole lot of character, and it was just a lot of fun to live there. So here we have mini Toon Towers. As with most things, it's very hard to miniaturize. I mean, that was the reason Toon Towers was built at the scale it was built at, was because to get some of those curves and not have it look kind of chunky and blocky like this was very difficult. I'm realizing though that I missed a block up here already. Oh, I got glow like in there. Do I want to leave that? Is that bad? I think that's okay. There's probably supposed to be like, I'm doing like a quartz curve. Shut up over there, mumbo jumbo name. There's supposed to be like quartz curves. I probably should have a quartz there and quartz there. Maybe I'll put one up here. Up here? Yeah, up here. So there's a good spot up here. So yeah, we had to leave off one of the buildings. I just couldn't fit them in, but we got the key elements. We got the tall blue building. We got the Mumbo mustache. We got the smokestacks and a little tip of the hat to the flying anvils. I mean, I didn't make them fly here. Maybe I should have, but again, limited space. There's no way I could have anvils flying across this here, but we got them up there sitting on strings, and I think this is a good start. Next up, we have Cub's massive Egyptian pyramid, arguably one of the biggest builds ever made on Hermitcraft. The interior was absolutely beautiful, and it had all sorts of games and activities. It had an incredible storage system. It had it all. So yeah, once again, it is very hard to miniaturize things and fit the amount of things in this build that I wanted to fit. You know, how do you take the biggest build ever probably and put it inside this little tiny area? Not easy. So we got a little tiny pyramid here. We have a little tiny entrance right here, and out front he had some like cool detailed Egyptian themed like entrance pedestal marker things. I guess I tried to do my best to miniaturize those here with the water and stuff. It's the best I can do, Cub. Season 7 had so many amazing builds, and right next to Toon Towers was False Symmetry's base, a submerged cyberpunk city that was dug down into the ocean, just had so many interesting details. And then I had the opportunity to do the big base swap with False, and do you guys remember the Flaming Creeper Highway? Such a fun project, and honestly such an amazing build. So I obviously couldn't fit False's entire base in here. I obviously couldn't even miniaturize it, but we decided to add a couple of the hexes. She has these like gray and black hexes all around the base. It was just like the iconic thing of her base. And I've also got this stupid block here. That's the stupidest block in the game, but it does have an arrow on it. You're gonna enter from season, season 6, right about here. And I want to make it clear that you go this way, because I gotta make a little parkour here too. We're not just building stuff. We actually have to make like a little bit of jumpy parkour. And I got to get them to come out over here. Just mumbo jumbo. Yeah, got it. So if they just enter from here and walk over here, there's going to be basically a wall right there. It's just going to stop them. They're going to have to like do a little boop doop 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 across the thing there and land and jump over the wall. That's the plan, but we got more to build. Here we go. We've got a hole dug into the ground, excavated with skill, and there's only one thing. There's only one thing that can dig a hole of this caliber. That'd be the good times with Scar. Scar's base in Season 7 was just magnificent. He had a full drilling excavation operation with a whole backstory. He had mech robots and drilling things and everything. Just all kinds of amazing, cool technologies and toys. And it was all focused on the drill. This massive drill. Drilling down into the center of the core of the earth and everything. And that is the piece that we are going to include in our Season 7 homage to Scar. Just the tip of his drill will be included. So the only problem is it's very dark, very dark. This is an exact replica of the very tip of the drill that Scar did in Season 7, and like it's just so dark. And even his in the real world was really dark. I'm thinking maybe I can get some lichen in there. Maybe like if I do, nope, missed. Try again. Missed again. Come on, I can fit my butt in between there, right? Yeah. Nope, apparently not. I'm gonna die. Okay, we'll do it the easy way with some scaffolding. I think, can I put it on top of that? No, it goes to the side. And then, yeah, that's gonna be like, it's all dumb and bright and stuff. We need invisible lights. This game needs invisible lights. That's my request. Yeah, I think it needs it. I'm just gonna put the 2 there. We'll put 2 on the other side. It kind of stands out, but it needs to be lit up a little bit. Now, Season 7 had a lot of like activities and games and a lot of things that the Hermits did that were a lot of fun. We're going to get to some of them, but one of the ones that was most popular that really captivated the Hermits, like maybe the most, was the button. The button was like, I guess you could call it like a social experiment that Mumbo put together. I want to get these colors right. I already got them on my hotbar here. And it was basically like the longer you went, the longer the button went without being pressed, these lights would light up. And when someone did press it, depending on what color it was on, if I remember correctly, they would get like a prize or something like that. I think I missed. Oh, I missed orange. The longer the button went without being pressed, the bigger the prize was for whoever pressed it. And it was an interesting like competition of like, How long can we go? Can we get it into the, which way? I think it started up here and went down toward the red. Yeah, that's what it was. It went here and went down. There were lights up here, right? That would all be lit up. And if you press the button like down here, you got like a special hat or something, I think. So it was like a badge of honor. But we had like people camping the button and calling dibs on who could press it and everything. And it was pretty crazy. We gotta light up the back of those buttons, I think. Listen, I don't know who did the season 8 one, but that audio has got to go. There we go. I think that's a pretty good replica of the button from season 7 that Mumbo did. And honestly, it was a ton of fun. It was a very cool like way to bring the hermits together and get a little like trash talking and then, you know, bragging when you got the good hat or whatever it was. I think it was a hat. Was it a hat? Someone tell me what the prize was. Now, speaking of activities and games, we obviously have to talk about the original Decked Out. Decked Out 1, I mean, it holds a very special place in my heart. This is the first kind of mega game I made inside of Minecraft, and it's the one that started it all. I mean, this needed to happen to make Decked Out 2, which is the one I'm way more proud of. When I look back at Decked Out 1 now, I think good job, but there's just so many things that I would have done differently though. I mean, we had a lot of fun with the map and everything, but the gameplay, the card mechanics, everything just felt a little too simple. But it's like I said, it's what needed to happen to bring me to Decked Out 2. But there's so many good memories here, just flying through and taking some of these shots. Really just felt nostalgic, and it was great. I mean, this trap here, you gotta love it. You gotta love that trapdoor trap. But overall, Decked Out 1 holds a very special place in my heart, and I love looking at these clips. I love going back to visit it. So here we go, our little shrine dedicated to Decked Out 1. This should look familiar. This was kind of when Etho won Decked Out 1, I gave him this little shrine and I built it. I changed a couple things here, but I built this in his base because it's also like this up here is the board. I'm not going to go into how Decked Out 1 was played, but you had to collect artifacts and you could trade them and all that stuff. So this was, you know, every player had their own little station like this, and I added some books to represent the things you could buy and emeralds and the blue flames. If you guys remember, what were they? Soul flames? Soul Flames. I think they're called Soul Flames. Anyways, Decked Out 1. Now, toward the second half of Season 7, B-Dubs and Scar started a new town. It was called Aquatown. At least I think it was called Aquatown. And it was just absolutely beautiful. It was kind of like a new shopping district with businesses and stuff, but the businesses had a story behind them and a theme, and the whole district was just absolutely beautiful. It had a brand to it, and guys, I just absolutely loved it. One of the shops in there that was probably my favorite was B-Dub's shop called Snips, where you could go in and get a haircut. It was such a fun, brilliant idea, and I just wanted to include that in our little Season 7 tribute. What's up, Snoogans?
A customer! Oh, come in. Come in. Welcome to my banner shop.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm not okay. What can I do you for?
Business is booming, I understand, right? Like, you can't even keep them stocked, right?
Let's go with that. Business has been booming. I can't keep up, but it just so happens, let's just say I fully restocked 2 seconds ago, not 2 months ago, and we are good to go. What can I get you?
I need some banners. I need 5 banners, in fact. What do you have, first of all, in here? Oh, you already have. Okay. So you got a lot of colors, but they're all on white.
Yeah. They're all white, but so you need a different bag. They're all white.
Yeah. So I need to make the word Snips.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you remember? Yeah, I don't know if you remember because you weren't there, but do you remember B-Dub's little haircut shop he made called Snips? Yes,
I do.
Well, I'm remaking that in the Season 7 Metro Mayhem thing, and I need those, but it's gotta be right. But I think the N. I'm gonna take that one and right there, blue on white, nice. And then the P. The P. I need the P.
NP.
Yep. Okay. So now here's where it gets a little bit difficult. It sounds like I'm gonna need some custom work here. You do custom work here, right? At this fine establishment.
Sure I do. I got to remember my prices. So if I do want to let you come up, we got letters that are custom. Those would be 2 diamonds each for custom letters.
Excellent. I love it. Okay. I need a S on a red banner. Are you taking notes here?
Of course I'm taking notes.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me take some notes.
Yeah, exactly. Good idea.
Okay. Let me take it. Here, come talk to my customer up here, whose name I don't know. I haven't given
Customer? You mean your employee, right?
Yeah, my employee. Yeah, my employee.
I don't know if you know.
I'm nervous. I've never had a customer before.
He's got a chicken coming out of his butt.
So he's very sensitive about that.
We don't talk about that. It's all right. Now listen, buddy, your butt's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, your name is now Perfect Butt. I'll take care of that.
There
later.
you go. Yeah. All right. I
What do you
need the S has to be white text on a red banner. I need an I, capital I, that is the text is white, but it's on a blue banner. And then that S I mentioned, make 2 of those. Just another one of those.
I will get working on that right now, and I will bring them straight to you.
Okay, love it, because I need them kind of stat. So if I need to pay a little extra for expedited service, hold on, let me see if can you...
He heard me say the word now, right? Perfect. But I literally said I'm going to work on it right now. This is one of those cuts that can't be fast enough.
I know you got a lot of customers, so hopefully you can squeeze me in. Thank you.
I'm on it. I work on it. Bye.
Always happy to give Skiss some business because, I mean, he's pretty much got the worst shop ever. I think he sold like 3 banners all season. I just realized I didn't even pay for these. Where do these go? We'll say they go right there and there, I think. I'm not sure. So we'll get the S, the I, and the S, and then we'll pay him for all 3 of these, and we will have snips. Where can I find you, sir? Oh, he's done already.
All right. That would have been a lot quicker, but I was out of blue dye. I went back home to find some, didn't have any. You had to go buy some dye from Pearl's shop, so that's what took so long.
This is great.
Did I do something wrong?
The S is supposed to be on blue, and the I was supposed to be on red.
You are full of it. I literally wrote it down. You're full of it. You said, I'm going to play that back. Are you messing with me?
Yes.
You suck. You suck, dude. You understand? I'm losing my mind. So I really was entertaining that dang it.
All right, let me skedoodle these up here.
All righty, let's have a look at this.
Little
Now I can
doink
say I
and
helped.
doink. You did, exactly. And doink. You were not part of season 7, but you have to, and we're not done yet, but challenge, see how many of the things around here so far you can identify from season 7.
Okay, I'm done.
Come on! some of them are super easy.
I'm embarrassed.
Oh, do you know what this is behind me?
No. Wait. That is
behind me.
Wait.
Behind me.
Oh, behind you. Let me back up.
Before you answer, I just want you to know. Yeah.
That's your Toontown stuff.
Our friendship was on the line there. I was just going to let you know there. You're teetering. You're teetering on the edge of, we're done.
That's your Toontown stuff.
Yes, it is. Very good.
Dude, if I didn't get it, I literally was going to be like, let me back up a little bit more.
He just flies away.
What a good job you're doing. So what's going to be the, I guess you don't want to give it away, but what's going to be the struggle to get through it?
Oh, no. This one's actually going to be pretty easy. The parkour wise, it's almost, Skiz, even you could do it.
Okay. That's not true because you see, Tango, I just yesterday switched back to non-inverted mouse.
I know. You're all like,
yes, dude, it's the worst.
Yep.
But I'm going to commit. I hate it so much.
You gotta become one of the normalized people. Yeah.
But I got the sickest hot guy shot.
I saw it. I was watching your stream. Yeah. You pegged him good mid shot. It was great.
Good one.
Yeah.
All right. Pay up.
Oh, right. Let's see. The 1 and the 1 and the 2 and the 2 and the 2 makes 8. 8?
Yep.
All right. Listen, how about, because you did such a good job and I love you so much, how about we round up to 6? Is that good?
I don't like how dumb he thinks I am. That's my crack again. So here's the problem. This is what I keep doing. I keep doing double F5 to do the thing I do where I look up at myself. But since I inverted my mouse, instead of going up in the air, I keep making everybody look at my butt crack. It's the worst. All right.
There you go. There's a little bit more
Yay!
for you.
You rounded up to 10.
That's right. For your speedy service.
All right. I'd like it.
All right.
See, dude, in the banner shop, speedy service actually works.
It does. All right, well, in an effort to pick up the pace here, because things are moving along pretty slow, I decided to go ahead and wrap the whole thing up so you get the final showcase. Now, entering in now, we see we have added Shady Ease. This was Etho's questionable service he provided for various people. And one of the best pranks, one of the best things he ever did was the free glass thing. Everybody remembers from season 7, he filled everybody's inventory with light gray glass, and quite honestly, seeing everyone's reaction was absolutely perfect. So that's what we actually have, is a parkour made out of, oh, that's right, I forgot a little sign I was gonna put a little sign here called like free glass. I'll still do that. Let me do it right now. And make it glow. I said make it glow. There we go, make it go. All right, so now we've got our little parkour here. You walk in and a little sign here hopefully tells you to go to the right, hop up here, hop, you got your free glass, and now you've got a choice of 2 different ways to go. You can, well, you got to go here, and then you got the harder hoppy hops over there, and this is supposed to be the easier one, but a little bit more like, that was the easy one. And you hop up here, and you hop up here, and you hop up here, and you come around here, you hop, and you actually have to jump on top of decks out, and onto there, and it'd be better if you didn't burn. Now the other way you can go, the other way you can go is across here, which is like that. I'll remind you all that I am the parkour champion. There was a crown and everything. Anyway, you jump across the free glass, across the decked out shrine, and out the door. But I've added some other things here. Look. You guys remember this? You guys remember Mumbo's hobbit hole? Look at that. Let me hop up here. Hold on. Let me do a little boinky. This is starting a hobbit hole, block for block. Well, I mean, minus I didn't build a real portal, but Mumbo's hobbit hole. We got Azuma's giant bee that he had floating above his base. What else we got? We have the head game, or I think it was head games, wasn't it? Was it head games or head game? I think it's probably just called head game. We have various hermit heads up on top there. We even have, I mean, a couple little floating TNT here. I wanted to do some like armor stand magic and stuff, but I honestly didn't get a chance to do it. But the falling TNT is a little bit of a tip of the hat to the boomers from season 7 with Impulse, B-Dubs, and myself. And of course, there was the ever popular turf war. We have the mycelium and the grass competing against each other, pushing back the grass, pushing back the mycelium, as one does. I think that's it. And then of course we put the whole thing in a nice little light blue cave or whatever dome to give it like a little sky effect, brighten it up a little bit. I'm kind of pleased. I'm kind of pleased with how this turned out. There's many things that should have been in here. I am very much aware of that. This is kind of what I could fit in here and what I thought I could shrink down in size as best I could. Now there is a shortcut you can take if you're pro, unlike me. This will probably take me 75 tries. You can go, oh, I did it! Oh, I did it on first try. I'm amazing. I can't be stopped. Okay, that's the secret. That's the secret one. But you can't just make this jump, to my knowledge, straight up. You have to like pre-jump and get up there, and then pause and jump to there, and then drop down over there. And it's kind of a little secret, but I like a little hidden extra. A little quick track. So that's it. That's my season 7 tribute. Let me know what you think, and of course, I am interested in letting me know what you think should have been in here. Like, I really wish I could have put the HEP headquarters, things like that. I couldn't fit it. Couldn't shrink it down. But I'm pleased with what we have, and I think this is a good representation of, quite honestly, one of the best seasons we've had. All right, as promised, I've made some pretty huge changes to Hungry Hermits, and I want to show those to you now. This is going to be... What? Hello? No, you can just stay there. All right, into the kitchen here. I'm going to rattle off some of the changes that we've made, and then I will get to... there's 2 new upgrades we added to the game, which I'm actually really excited about. I think they're going to add a lot of fun to the game. But this is for all you guys that have been watching Hungry Hermits on Twitch. We've been playing it a lot. People seem to enjoy it. And I know like Green and Mumbo just put out their videos with them playing it. And I know Green's pretty hooked. But the first change we've made is with Bone Jovi, the dog here. You guys know you give the dog tasty treats, and he will give you some bone meal Previously, feeding the dog would give you 5 tasty treats. Well, I already had a stack there. That was inconvenient. But anyways, the dog will now give you 7 bone meal per treat instead of 5. So this is a good upgrade to the game. It's going to make it a lot easier. It's going to make tastier treats, that upgrade, a little less vital. And it's going to make it a little bit easier to make all that beetroot soup and just make the farming back here a little bit more manageable, which I think is a good thing. And I'd say the other big kind of game balancing change is with the crafter here. Previously, if you tried to craft something in here and press a button that had 6 or more items like beetroot soup, or a golden carrot, or what have you, it would have taken 22 seconds for that to craft. That's been lowered down to 15 seconds. And conversely, the faster crafting upgrade, which was kind of like the big powerhouse that everyone thought it was absolutely mandatory, and it was. It's still pretty good, but previously it would craft a 6 item recipe in 3 seconds. That's been bumped up to 5 seconds. So what this does is it makes faster crafting still good. It's going to still cut 10 seconds off of a crafting time, which is important, but it's not as just like ridiculously drastic. And hopefully getting to the later days without faster crafting should still be possible. I also made some scoring changes to the game. So the recipe, the food you serve to the customers will determine how much points you get for each customer that you serve. And previously, the beetroot would give you 2. That's now up to 3. Beetroot soup would previously give you 6. That's now up to 10. And the Big Daddy cake used to give you 12. That is now up to 15. So a big increase in the reward, the point value that you get for these 3 foods. All right, on to the upgrades that I'm pretty excited about. You guys know at the end of every day, you get a random upgrade here that you can lock in, and it will basically improve the restaurant or improve your playing experience in some way, in some beneficial way. Now, one of the upgrades that we had was one called Ready to Order. I removed that. It was broken. The redstone wasn't working for whatever reason, and you know what? Even when it did work, it really wasn't that great. Basically, what it's supposed to be is when you stand on this pressure plate to take an order, it's supposed to get their order instantly. And like I said, that didn't work. But what we did though is I took that concept and made it even better. And I now added this guy here, Decisive Diners. Customers automatically order when seated. So basically now when they enter the restaurant, their order will automatically be taken and it'll be right there visible. Let me show you how that works. All right, we'll start a day here and wait for our first customers. Now, normally when they pop up, you would have to stand on the pressure plate for 4 seconds to get their order here. And let's wait for the first customer to come in. Here we go. It's Azuma and he should be popping up shortly. Any second. Whoop, water bottle instantly. So I love this. I think this is going to be really, really helpful. Not only because you don't have to go stand on the pressure plate and take the order, but you could just be back here and glance through the windows. By the way, I made the windows taller so you can see in there quicker. You can just glance in now and look and see what's going on. You can even look through the wall. Boom, get the orders and just call them out. I think it's going to save quite a bit of time. I like this one. And the second and last upgrade we have for today is morning prep. Extra time before first customer arrives. This is going to get basically when the day starts, it's going to be like an extra 30 seconds before the customers even start rolling in. It's going to give you a lot of time to prep, to get meat from the freezer, all that kind of stuff. And we had a good little sound here. So let me start the day off with my little cheaty button here. This is my single player button here. Hit this. So we got a little rooster that goes off to let you know that, hey, morning prep has started. You're in bright and early this morning. There were 9 item frames in there because I was doing some testing. It lets you know that the day has started early and you'll have quite a bit of time here. Like I said, an extra 30 seconds before the customers start coming in. So get to farming, get to meat prep, whatever it is you need to do. Now, I am also kind of considering making some layout changes to the physical structure of the restaurant here, like maybe putting a wall up right here or something, or maybe bisecting the dining room area into 2 separate rooms. Things like that. I'm not sure. I want to be very careful not to just make it more frustrating for the players without making it more challenging and rewarding at the same time. But if I can come up with a good layout that I like, that splits the room up or changes the gameplay a little bit without it being too frustrating, I think I might consider it. And last but not least, this is the big one. Well, first of all, that can go. We are going to reset we're gonna reset here. Oh, I should probably write these down just in case. Let me write these down. All right, that'll do. I added them to the high score book at the end here. Skiz is in every single one of these things. Okay, put that back down there, and we're gonna reset the board here, and hopefully this will also entice some people to start playing again and maybe get some new high scores on the board here. All right, guys, thanks for watching. That is going to do it for today. Monday, I'm probably going to do a lot of streams of Hungry Hermits with the new system. Hopefully, I can get Skiz or Pearl, or who knows, maybe we'll get Green. I'll see who we can get. And I'm really excited to see how the new balance is and how the game plays. And also, if you have any ideas for Season 2, any other gameplay changes that you think should be made, feel free to drop a comment, and I will check them out as always. But I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you like the Season 7 of Metro Mayhem, and I'll see you guys next time.